Next to me is Brandon Mesen from Mesen Around.
Yo, what is poppin', everybody? B Messin here.
Yeah, and if you have questions for Brandon Mesen, you could definitely call in at 570-941-9877. That line is open for the hour and a half we have left here, so plenty of time. Get your questions in. We'd love to have them. So, let's move forward. So we talked about music inspirations, how you got started and everything like that. I want to get into songwriting. So, is it just you in this band? Is there other people around you? Is it just a guitar?
I wrote all these songs, and so when it comes down to going to a studio, I could go with this two ways. I could go to a studio just myself, I could record all the instruments myself and do all that. But I kind of want to get other people involved in the project so it can, so it can just spread and so they can say they're a part of it just like me. So with this album, I already wrote all these songs and I just, was thinking like I have really good connections. I have amazing musicians that I love dearly. And we've already been playing live shows together, so why not record together?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we did with this album, and it's beautiful to see that everyone came together, and it's cool how we all basically composed all these songs together.
Does anyone contribute to writing a song?
Like actually writing a song?
That and composing as well.
Yes, Mr. Nick Fagnilli, he's a great composer, keyboard player. He's been composing lots of music in his life. So his flair is in this album. Henry Quinn, he's on the bass on this album. Troy Macy's on the production. Eric Fulmar, he is on the drums.
Okay. Now, and this all happens. You hit him up. Let's go to the studio. I got something.
So the story is, I was already recording these songs at like a professional studio. And then one day, the producer I have now, Troy, we were all there recording these songs with Eric and Henry and everything. And we were just thinking, like, do we really need to go to the studio to record this album? Like, can't we just record it at our houses now? Like, because we already recorded all the drums and, like, the main rhythm section at the studio, so we're like, let's not waste time, let's not waste any time, and let's just do this on our own now. Like, now that we can do this, why don't we just do it on our own? So that's exactly what we did. We did it, like, in my barn, middle of the night, during a lightning storm. Henry almost wasn't gonna, he wasn't trying to record that night because he didn't want to get electrocuted and the barn wasn't grounded. We recorded it on one of the hottest days in the summer. Troy had a stroke, basically, and so we had to cool him off in the car a little bit. And we recorded this in the dead of winter too. So it's seen a lot of seasons. It's seen a lot of emotions, a lot of tears, and a lot of laughs.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you probably saved money on studio time too.
Yes, basically.
Would you say there's a difference between this of sounds? Recording in a studio with like padded walls and everything, or recording in a barn. What's the difference of sound, would you say?
I mean, I guess if you were to record in a barn, it kind of gives off that, like, okay, do-it-yourself album. Like, these guys are just having a good time and just recording whatever chance they have. Recording at a studio, that's more like you have to have a plan before you go into the studio. You're going to waste so much time, which is what I did. I didn't have a plan. And, the band members weren't up to par at that point. So, if you just do it at your house, it's like, we all can just work together and game plan exactly and brainstorm ideas and, like, what we want to do here. At a studio, it's a little more pressure for someone, especially if you're getting, if you're paying, like, hourly, it's a lot of pressure for someone.
What studio did you go to?
It doesn't have a name for this one, but the Summer of Love studio was Craighead Studio in Harrisburg, and that was a beautiful time.
Yeah, it was a good studio, good times there.
Oh yeah, good
Treated
people,
you well
really
and
good
stuff?
people.
Awesome. I want to get into now, labels and stuff like that because there's always, debate on whether or not artists should sign with a label or stay independent. Now, are you an independent artist as
Yes.
of right now?
Yes, indeed.
Can you go through what it's like being an independent artist first, and then I'll get into label questions in a little bit.
I guess independent, you have 100% credibility to do whatever you want to do. It's you, basically, not someone else telling you what to write about. So it's like you have 100%, you can do whatever it is you want to do. It's just like you're independent. You're the one in charge of your music. And I think if you're signing to a label, you don't have that many rights to your music, because they basically take all your rights.
Okay, and so based on that answer, would it be safe to assume that you wouldn't sign to a label ever, or would you ever consider it and give it thought?
It truly depends. Before I would sign a label, I'd have to read it over, and I would have to know the person, because usually labels out there just want to steal your money and push you in the dirt and never have you be seen by anyone. But I'm not on a label, and I'm on this radio station myself.
Mm-hmm.
I did this. I didn't have a label tell me to go here. I did this because I wanted to.
What if you may not necessarily know the person in charge, but the brand, let's say Sony comes up to you and says, hey, we want to sign you, you get someone to look over the contract and everything like that. So what something like that how would your decision go? Who would help you make that decision? How would your decision again be influenced and everything like that?
That's a good question. I would have to just go to my friends and my business friends and have them read over. I know some lawyers too that could read it over. I think signing a label is a good thing and a bad thing. I think if you're an artist out there that really is pushing and striving and really wants to do more with yourself and do more with music, I think signing a label would be a good idea for you if you're willing to do what it takes. And that labels can really push you like never before, and they can put you on tours and stuff. As if I'm an independent artist, it's hard to get myself in that niche of the connections.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how is it promoting you, your brand, your music as an independent artist? Because being signed to a label, there are music rights and everything that are in the air and things of that nature, but you and your brand get put out there definitely as when you're signed to a label.
Mm-hmm.
So could you just speak on that, how it is promoting your music as an independent artist? And
I guess as an independent artist, it's not really me promoting. I mean, obviously the person that's making the music is going to be the promoter, the main promoter. But usually it's the fans out there in the world that are promoting my music and sharing it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, truly honored to have all these fans around the world. And I never knew I had all these fans around the world. So it's cool to see all these people sharing, tagging their friends along. It's cool to see all these people viewing everything and just staying within the wave and understanding and just knowing who I am is cool.
I saw your Instagram profile. We followed each other and everything like that, and I saw 15,000 Instagram followers. How did you build it to that point? And is there a blueprint that you go by for for building up that following?
I wouldn't say blueprint. I think what matters is what's out of Instagram. So the reason why I have 15K on Instagram is because of what I did out of Instagram. All the shows I did, all the radio shows I did, all of the house shows I did, all of the connections that I made. that is why I have a following on Instagram. It's not, I don't have a following on Instagram because I have a following. It's because in person, that's what truly matters. You know, people are going to sign you in person, not just look at, I mean, they may look at your Instagram and be like, okay, this guy has some numbers and stuff, but what really sells and what's going to sell is you. The music won't sell. The clothing won't sell. You, the character themselves, is the thing that is selling.
Okay. And how do you sell yourself as a person?
The best way, I guess, is just be yourself. So many people out there are trying to be someone else, trying to, like, mimic someone else, trying not to be themselves, trying to create music that's not even theirs. So the best thing to do is just literally be yourself, because if some manager label sees you and you're just like being fake and phony, they're obviously going to catch that right away. You know, they're going to be like, this guy isn't true to his word. Like, you know, I'm not going to believe this guy. But if you're down to earth and you're actually like true to this, if you're true and honest and just like respectful, that goes a long ways in the music industry.
Awesome. So you've mentioned shows that you've done. Are these shows like a part of like a specific tour run, or you just bounce around, you know, wherever people will have you play, you'll play? Or?
I've been doing something very different that most people don't do at all. I used to play like shows and book shows myself, and I would play like every weekend. But I come to realize that, okay, I mean, like, it's cool to play shows and everything, but recently I've been doing a tour on radio stations. So I've just been going around radio station to radio stations, been playing my music, been getting this on video, and playing the songs on air. And I feel like, you know, I've just been creating a tour out of radio stations.
Okay. And you'd say you prefer that over like the normal, like, going to a show? And
right now, yes.
Okay.
I really do.
I mean, do you get paid to go to do a show, or?
I mean, yes, it depends on the show. Usually I do get paid, but I'm at the point where it's like I believe the connection and the network and the exposure costs so much more than like a couple $100 for a night.
Okay, that's interesting. I mean, not to get into money, but WUSR isn't paying you, so you really feel that being here and performing live for people that are listening through, you know, our streaming link or live on the air, or that on your Instagram live, it is more beneficial than making a couple $100 at?
Honestly, yes, because with this platform, this is going to be recorded. It's recording right now. It's going to be forever. You know, I can release this on Spotify and iTunes. This video can be on YouTube forever.
Yeah.
This whole moment is going to be captured forever. You know, I can go back to this moment forever. For a show, you can't really go back to a show, and the people that were there are the only ones that remembered the show.
Okay.
So you're not really capturing a huge...
You don't remember your shows?
When I'm up there, it's just...
Do you black out and just...
It's like I'm not even playing. It's like the show's over. You know, as soon as I get on the shows, it seems like the show just ended.
Okay.
So it's like I'm not really there. It's like I'm not really in my head. I'm like somewhere else playing. I'm in the audience.
How many songs generally are on your set list for a show? Do you play like the best ones that have the most plays? Do you play some of your own favorites or fan favorites? What do you do?
Yes, it's a good one. A lot of the times, I like to just make up my own music. When it comes to playing live, I know that's not really a smart idea. I know people should probably be professional these days and like practice, which I do practice. But sometimes when you practice the same song over and over again, it gets a little boring and you can't really feel that feeling you had anymore. So I like to honestly perform songs that I've like written not too long ago.
Okay, so it's not quite a freestyle, but pretty close.
Yes.
That's pretty cool. That's actually really interesting to hear. So each show, you're gonna get something different.
Yes.
Wow. Now, how did you get in? You spoke, to getting into radio tours and everything like that. Who inspired that? Was that something you just thought of out of the blue, or did someone bring that up to you?
Yeah, I mean, I inspired myself about it. No, I don't know anyone that's doing this. I'm the only one that I know that's doing this, and I hope other people can do it also. But I just was thinking one day, like, man, I could literally just play radio station every weekend, and I could get known that way. And so, I'm just trying it out and seeing how everything is, working.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. We've been talking for about 15 minutes now. Are you ready to play another song?
Yes, I am, sir.
The set list. All right. Again, feel free to send, or you can actually send questions to me on Twitter. You can follow me at StiestyHour. That's STIESTY and then hour. Or you could call in 570-941-9877 and get your question answered live here on the Stiesty Hour. We got an hour and 15 minutes left, so still plenty of time to call in with your questions. This is song number 3, and this song is going to be called
If You Feel Too Much, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, take it away, Mr. Mesen, and definitely stay tuned. You're listening to the Stiesty Hour, the 2-hour special on 99.5 WUSR Scranton.
If you feel too much, that's all good with us. We got time to love ourselves. Ooh, I remember her. She wanna fall in love. I got off stage to see what was up. Ooh, fell to the ground, hugged her legs. Don't mind me, I'm just losing my brain. Ooh, tell me, pretty baby, if I'm going insane. I wanna know how you feel. Cellar doors waiting for us to explain, and all the rest is unreal. This is true love. Baby, I know you love me. This is true love. Baby, baby, if you feel too much, that's all good with us. We got time to love